Hello everyone, welcome to this channel of Study with Sakshi. Today we will be analyzing the newspaper of 18th October, that is Saturday. So let us start. This video includes analysis of the Hindu and the Indian Express. So here is our first article, that is RBI's gold pile tops 100 billion on surging prices. Here I have compiled two articles of gold which were in news. So this article is present in Indian Express explain page. So in this article mainly they are saying that Sachin Tendulkar in his advertisement for Tanishq has explained that Indians should exchange their old gold for new jewels. So what is this? Gold import has increased, due to which merchandise trade deficit also increases. So due to which India has to pay more of its foreign currency than its reserve. In this article is important because currently the price of gold has been seeing rises now, which is currently 1.2 lakh rupees. So as we see, factors for increase of gold prices, which are due to reasons like US tariff war, its impact on economic growth, inflation of various countries. So geopolitical tensions, increased gold prices led to various central banks around the world started purchasing golds. As you can see in case of India's gold reserves also cross 100 billion mark, which reflects that steady central banks accumulation and gold share, which doubled from 7% to 15%. Here in this article they have also given that Morgan Stanley economists have according to which Indian households have owned 34,600 tons of gold, which at the end of June, which is very high. And you can see gold comprises of 89% of India's GDP, that is equal to $3.8 trillion. They have also given one data of WC, that is World Gold Council. So here they have given that the demand for gold has gone down nearly 20% from around 15 years ago. So Indian households are mostly investing in various investments like mutual funds, equity, PF and all. Now let us see gold's data. So as you can see, WGC has given that in 2024 China the largest consumer was China, that is 857 tons, and India was second largest consumer, that is 803 tons. As you can see, Indian households also own 34,600 tons of gold. Now let us see some basic statistic which can be asked in exams of UPSC, that is gold. India meets its 87% of its demand through import, and gold forms 8% of import bill. As now let us see which regulatory bodies oversee gold imports. As you can see, first is CBIC, that is Central Board for Indirect Taxes and Customs. Its function is to manage gold's custom duties, then its compliance. Now the next one is DGFT, that is Directorate General of Foreign Trade. Its function is policy implementation, license approval for gold. Now the main statistic you can remember is that the consumer, the largest consumer is China, and India is ranked second. Now the import source of gold, Switzerland is 40%, UAE import source of gold of India, and UAE comprises of 16% and Saudi Arabia 10%. So this was whole news about gold. And here in this article, Sachin Tendulkar has proposed to instead of buying, India needs to exchange old gold with new one. Now let us see second article, that is rising CO2 levels. In this article they have given CO2 concentrations have increased from 2023 to 2024, and there are various factors for it. Now let us see about CO2 as a whole. CO2 facts which can be asked in exam. Now CO2 is most widespread of greenhouse gases. CO2 is produced by two processes, that is man-made and natural. As you can see, man-made processes which produces CO2 are burning of fossil fuels, whereas naturally you can see it's respiration, ocean release, volcanic eruption, wildfires, decomposition of organic matter. Now let us see nature of CO2 gas. So CO2 accounts more than 90% of all greenhouse gases which are present in the atmosphere. So its concentration is large. Now you also can see that its ability to heat trapping is less than other greenhouse gases, which contribute 66% to global warming. Now here, as CO2 as whole, you can see it's a driver of anthropogenic climate change, that is man-made climate change. Fossil CO2 emissions, top contributors in 2023 were first was China, then USA, then India, and then EU. As you can see, China contributed 31%, USA contributed 13%, and India contributed 8%, and EU was 7%. So you have to remember this order, which can be asked in exam. Now let us see features of CO2. CO2 is a colorless gas which does not have any color. Odor is also sharp, and taste is also sour. It is also called as heat trapping gas. Now you can see its uses are in refrigerator, fire extinguisher, life jackets, foaming rubber. It is much more found in more abundance in atmosphere than CH4 and CFC, that is methane and hydrofluorocarbons. As you can see, CO2's function, you can say it does not absorb shortwave radiation, but its important function it traps infrared radiation, due to which its global warming potential is high. Means it also has high radioactive forcing, that is warming effect on planet will be high of CO2 than other gases. It absorbs wide range of wavelength. Now let us see some terms related to CO2, that is carbon intensity. It measures amount of CO2 emitted per unit of output in specific sector of economy. So here you need to remember definition which can be asked in exam, that is CO2 emitted, that is per unit of output. So it measures overall efficiency of system. Now next is global warming potential, that is it compares global warming of different gases, its impact. So you can see global warming potential is directly proportional to earth warming, that is if global warming potential is high, then earth warming is also high. So it mainly means that how much heat a greenhouse gas can trap in atmosphere over the period of time. Usually it is they have given a scale, that is 100 years compared to CO2. Means CO2 is used as a reference gas whose GWP is 1. So now for example CO2 का 1 होता है, फिर it lifetime years is 100 years. Methane का global warming potential is 21 times that of CO2, but it but its lifespan is very small, that is 12. As you also can see, nitrous oxide is 310 GWP, and its lifetime years are 120. As you can see, hydrofluorocarbons also 140 to 11,000 years, 11,700 potential, and its lifetime years is 1 to 270. Similarly, PFCs, that is perfluorocarbons, global warming potential is also about 6,500 to 9,200, and lifetime years is 800 to 50,000. And the most important gas is of SF6, that is 23,900, and its lifetime years is 3,200. So you have to remember this chart because it might be asked in the exam. Now let us see about the article, what they have given. So here they have given that WMO, that is World Meteorological Organization data, has given that CO2 concentration near Earth's surface, which was 2023 में 3.5 ppm parts per million था, फिर 2024 में it rise to 423.9, that is 100 times you can say in within 1 year. So what this data convey, that 2024 was the warmest year ever recorded. सो इसमें क्या हुआ कि ग्लोबल वार्मिंग एवरेज टेम्परेचर था, इट राइज टू 1.55 डिग्री सेल्सियस विच वॉज वे अहेड ऑफ इट्स प्री इंडस्ट्रियल टाइम्स. So this all they have given. Just you have to remember its nature from prelims perspective for UPSC, and this data, that is 2024 was warmest year. As you can see in this graph, they CO2 concentration is rising from 1984 to 2024, that is 2 decades you can say. So if they ask the question that within 2 decades the CO2 concentration has continuously risen, then the answer is yes, it has continuously risen. Now let us see other news, that is Afghanistan's minister visited India. So his visit was he visited Deoband. His Deoband visit, that is let us read the news, that is Muttaqi's Deoband visit. It was driven by personal connection and religious diplomacy. So you have to just remember that Darul Ulam Seminary, it is located in Deoband, that is which is present in Uttar Pradesh, and it can be seen as through prism of religious diplomacy. Now the whole news, in this news you don't have to read much, just remember what is this Deoband movement. So it is this total whole article we can the question can come from GS1, that is modern history perspective also. For example, Deoband movement. So let us read about this Deoband movement. It was formed in 1866. It was Islamic revivalist and educational movement. What is this revivalistic? That is, they wanted to reform Muslim society by preserving purity of Islam, and they wanted to reject Western influence. Now, who are the founders of this movement? Founders were Maulana Muhammad Qasim Nanatawi and Maulana Rashid Ahmad Gangohi. So you have to remember these founders and the year when it was established, at 1866. This visit is important because first time foreign minister of Afghanistan after takeover of Taliban has visited. So this movement also becomes important. So you can see the this movement was established to preserve Orthodox Sunni Islam. So what was this aim? Its aim was to establish institution that would serve as hub of Islamic learning and spiritual guidance. Now what were the belief, faith of this movement? That is, they adhere to strict Islam laws, they oppose religious innovations or changes in their religions, and the most important, they emphasize on monotheism. What is this monotheism? That is concept of Tawhid, that is oneness of God, Ek hi Bhagwan. Then as you can see, it also promoted Darul Ulam, where the foreign minister recently visited of Afghanistan. So it was also promoted through this movement. As you can see, it promoted traditional Islamic education, like it is also called Shibli Numani. It is not called it like Shibli Numani, and this belief system reshaped madrasa into purely religious institution. So in this whole article, instead of reading the article, you have to remember that what can be asked in, you have to remember that what can be asked from this topic. From prelims perspective, you can say they can ask what are the bordering countries of Afghanistan. As you can see, there are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 countries which are bordering Afghanistan. As you can see, these 7 countries are bordering Afghanistan. From this stan, only 3 stan you have to remember, that is Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan and Tajikistan, that is TUT. As you can see, you can write here TUT. And other countries, Iran, Pakistan, as you can also remember, Pakistan, India, China. India also borders because the Ladakh part of India, that is Pakistan occupied Kashmir, is part of Afghanistan, is part of India officially. So India also forms a bordering country to Afghanistan, and the border between Afghanistan and China, that is Wakhan corridor, which connects China to Afghanistan. And so let us remember once again, bordering countries of Afghanistan, TUT, and other 4 countries, it's very easy to remember: Iran, Pakistan, China and India. in TUT, that is only three stans are present, that is Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan and Tajikistan. So this you have to remember from prelims perspective. Other information you need to remember is Pakistan is a landlocked mountainous country, and it is a gateway to Asia, and its highest point is Mount Naushak. So other, for example, rivers and all will cover in other videos. So this Durand line was also in news, which they can also ask. Durand line is present between Afghanistan and Pakistan. Similarly, there are two lines, that is Radcliffe line and McMahon line. Please comment in the section which countries it is present between which two countries. That is Radcliffe line, and McMahon line. So now let us see this Durand line. It is present between Afghanistan and Pakistan. So let us remember these two cities, that is Kandahar and Kabul, which are near to this Durand line, and from Pakistan side it's Quetta and Islamabad. Now let us see this Durand lines, some statistic which can be asked in exams. So this Durand line, it was signed between British civil servant, that is Sir Henry Durand, and Amir Abdur Rahman. It was signed in 1893. And about this line, it is a 7-clause agreement. The most important thing you have to remember, it is 2670 kilometers line. What is the length? That is 2670, about 2600 you can remember. And what this does, line cuts through Pashtun tribal areas, and it was given in 1893 in Hindu Kush. So this is all you have to remember from Afghanistan point of view. This Deoband movement, Afghanistan bordering countries, that is TUT, and Iran, Pakistan, India and China. And the corridor between Afghanistan and China is Wakhan corridor. And line between Afghanistan and Pakistan, which is in news, that is Durand line, and it was given in 1893 by Henry Durand and Sir Abdul Rahman, 1893. And it is the length is that is 2670 kilometer. Now let us see other news. Other news which was present in newspaper, that is Nashik unit was opened of Tejas MK1A. So what they will do ki HAL, that is Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, will roll out 24 Tejas jets in a year. So in this whole year you don't have to remember anything, only just one line you have to remember ki Rajnath Singh, that is our defense minister, has said that India's for example in 2014 India's defense imports, that is imports, were 65 to 70%, but after a decade, that is 2024 May, India manufactures 65% produced domestically. This is huge achievement from India's perspective. Now this whole articles is does not from a prelims perspective we can see what can be asked in exam. What is this Tejas LCA MK1A? It is advanced variant of India's indigenous LCA, that is light combat aircraft Tejas. It is supersonic jets. Please mention in the comments what is the speed of supersonics. What is supersonic speed? This is developed by HAL plus DRDO. And you have to, the most important thing you have to remember, it is a 4.5th generation, that is 4+ generation fighter jets. This all or fighter jets. This question was also asked in prelim, that is Tejas LCA is which fighter jet, something question was asked. So what is this fighter jets? They operate in heavily congested combat zones. The capacity is also stealth. Now let us see its features. It has advanced avionics. Then it also has UEWS, that is Unified Electronic Warfare Suite. Other feature is digital fly-by-wire system, that is it will use electronic signals instead of mechanical controllers. Now other capabilities, this important you have to remember, it is a BVR missile, that is beyond visual range. मतलब जो visual range है, it compasses that also. then it works on air to ground missile, or then air to ground. Then it also has advanced short range air to air missiles. And the most important thing is it's powered by F404 IN-20 engine you have to remember. And the most important thing you have to remember, it has fast turnaround time, जाके आ सकता है, good turnaround time. Now let us see this engine. It has higher fan flows and single crystal turbine blades. So in this all you have to just remember, it was developed by HAL DRDO. Then it's 4.5 generation fighter jet, and its speed is supersonic jets. Now let us see other jets. Russia's important jets which can be asked, 4th plus generation. Russia has Sukhoi Su-57, China has Chengdu J-20, and USA has F-35, 4th plus 5th generation. Now let us see what was this Tejas. This is advanced version of Tejas, LCA Tejas. Now let us see what was LCA Tejas. Now let us see, I have given here question which can be asked in exam. LCA Tejas, this program was started in 1984 by Government of India. It established ADA, that is Aeronautical Development Agency, to manage LCA program. Now let us see this background. इस background is कि ये जो MiG 21 fighter planes, they are aging, they are becoming old. So this LCA Tejas will be replacing this MiG 21 fighter planes. It was developed by HAL. You have to just remember HAL. Hindustan Aeronautics Limited has been developing it. Now features are lightest, smallest supersonic fighter jets. So this all things you have to remember. The more important thing is this. Now let us see the other article, that is rotavirus vaccine. Now currently government is following a program of rotavirus vaccine. Now in this article they have not given the program, but they are telling that recent study on impact of indigenous vaccine, that is Rotavac, which is India's indigenous vaccine for rotavirus. It has found that reduction in rotavirus based gastroenteritis insights. Now let us see this. Nature Medicine has published the study impact of indigenous rotavirus vaccine Rotavac in the universal immunization program in India during 2016 and 2020 study. From this, now yes, you have to just remember what is this Rotavac. It is indigenous oral rotavirus vaccine. It is mainly for rotavirus and it is developed by India. So it is developed as a part of PPP, that is public private partnership. So in this, public is also participating, private partnership companies are also participating. So here government has participating are India's from side Department of Biotech, Bharat Biotech, then from US International Institute of Health, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, Stanford University and PATH, and support of Bill and Melinda Gates. So in this, just remember it is a PPP, so public private partnership. And the main thing is you have to remember Department of Biotech and Bharat Biotech, because it's from India side. Now let us see what is this rotavirus. So it is a major cause of severe diarrhea in young children, and it is a contagious disease. It can transfer from children to children. It is transferred. So what are its symptoms? Severe diarrhea, throwing up, dehydration, fever, stomach pain. So what WHO has recommended, the first dose of rotavirus vaccine, it should be administered as soon as possible after 6 weeks of age. And other vaccines of rotavirus are Rotarix and Rotatec. So remember कि rota आएगा तो it's related to rotavirus. And here this article, here just remember that this report, World Economic Outlook report, is given by IMF. Now now let us see in the gold article there was one council mentioned, that is World Gold Council. So question can be asked in prelims, what is this WGC? So let us see. World Gold Council, it is creator of first gold ETF. It is a non-profit association. It is a market development organization for gold industry. It was formed in 1987, and its headquarters is in London, and 33 members are present. So please tell me, please mention, can somebody tell me, is India a member? Now let us see what is this World Gold Council. The role of World Gold Council is to stimulate and sustain demand for gold, provide industry leadership, and global gold market, and be the global gold market authority. So let us see the research, marketing, sales, the standards, then gives market structure and government policy. Just remember its foundation 1987 and its headquarter in London. ये रिसर्च करता है, फिर मार्केटिंग करता है, देन स्टैंडर्ड्स भी देता है, देन मार्केट स्ट्रक्चर एंड गवर्नमेंट पॉलिसी. जस्ट रिमेंबर दिस काउंसिल. नाउ लेट अस सी द last topic, that is related to tea. Here they have given an article was mentioned in the newspaper related to tea, but let us see from UPSC perspective what they can ask in questions. So in January 2025, in Jan 2025, India became the first largest importer of tea from Kenya, as imports rised by 288%. Now let us see tea ka producer. Who is the largest producer of tea? That is China, and second comes India, first and second. Now India is fourth largest exporter. Now you can see if India is second largest producer, still India is importing tea from Kenya, and it has risen by 288%. Now you can see how much on large scale India consumes tea. So India is fourth largest exporter, that is it contributes to 12% total export share in globe, and the major producing states are Assam, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Kerala. Assam contributes more, 55%. And as you can see, Darjeeling tea was the first GI product to get GI tag. Now let us see tea from prelims perspective. Tea it can be asked in geography questions also. Tea is an evergreen flowering plant. It is all type is tropical, subtropical region में it can be found. Its temperature is 20 to 30 degrees Celsius. So you can say that अगर 35 से ज़्यादा हुआ और 20 से कम होगा तो tea will get destroyed, tea plant will get destroyed. It also requires sufficient good amount of rainfall, that is 150 to 300 centimeter, and soil type it needs is slightly acidic, फिर calcium free होना चाहिए और porous subsoil होना चाहिए. Now you can see question can be UPSC asked question related to Tea Board of India. So let us have a glimpse of what is this Tea Board of India. So type of this body is statutory. It was established statutory because it was established by statute of law, that is Tea Act of 1953. It was established under Ministry of Commerce, so it becomes important, that is it comes under Ministry of Commerce. Its composition, it consists of 31 members from various industries, government and all sectors. Function, it promotes tea. That it will obviously promote domestically also, internationally also. And what this body ka its function is of this board, that is regulates tea ka cultivation, exports, import. It becomes very important because regulate karega export and import of tea. Head office is in Kolkata, that is India, and it has overseas offices in London, Dubai and Moscow. As you can see, ये every 3 years के बाद it is getting constituted. This board is all very important in exam. So this was all for this today's discussion. Hope you like this discussion. Thank you so much for watching. Hope this video was very useful and insightful from UPSC and various government exams perspective. Thank you so much.